Tonight on 11.
Who is the producer? This is an idea for the show.
I'm really proud of you, sister.
Tonight, the devastated residents of Yurebri take stock. Fire has virtually wiped this town off the map. The inferno roared in yesterday and showed no mercy. Across the state, residents are in shock. At least 19 homes have been lost, but thankfully everyone got through the catastrophic conditions with their lives. Robert Z will die in prison for the bloody and brutal murders of 5 members of the Lynch family. They call it justice. Semi Radradara's former partner tells a court that she was punched and knocked out by the Eels player, but this saga still has months to play out. And from some jaw-dropping outfits to some show-stopping performances, we wrap up the things that everyone's talking about at the Grammys and the BAFTAs.
This is 10 Eyewitness News, first at 5, with Sandra Sully.
Good evening. We were warned to prepare for some of the harshest conditions that this state has ever seen. And for some parts of New South Wales, there was simply no escape. Nowhere in the state felt the inferno more than in the small town of Yurebri. Up until Sunday, it had a population of about 200, but that will almost certainly change after bushfires tore the town apart. The blaze began around Leadville and then burned through just about everything in its path. And there are now fears that most of the town's homes have been destroyed. Across the state, there are still dozens of blazes burning, some out of control, and authorities still have a lot more ground to cover. But tonight, they say at least 19 homes have been destroyed across the state. And while that figure will rise, we do know that at least 3 people have been charged with lighting fires when the state was at its most vulnerable. We have reporters in the hardest hit areas as well as at RFS headquarters tonight, and first to Elisa Throden, who has spent the day in Yurebri. Elle, it must have been just an awful day for residents there.
Yes, Sandra, it really has been a terrible day for them. As you can imagine, they're in a lot of shock, and a lot of them have said to me they've just never seen anything like this before. As far as the eye could see, it was just scorched and blackened earth, and of the few homes that were saved, there was just nothing left anywhere else. But what's really hurt these farmers is the sight of their dead and dying livestock, particularly the injured ones, because it's meant they've had to make some really tough decisions in some already really horrible situations. When all you know is gone, you start over. That's Graham Goodman's advice. He just doesn't know if he can do it.
This is what I've done all my life. Left school just before I turned 16. Came back, so yeah, that's about all I know, really.
The Rural Fire Service captain was fighting to save his neighbours' homes as his was burning to the ground. But that isn't where this farmer's tragic story ends. Hundreds of his livestock, his livelihood, are now too injured and need to be put down.
A lot of sheep, some of my rams. Looks like there's one gone down.
There's no time for mourning in the town of Yurebri. Farmers have gone straight to work. Just up the road from Graham's, his uncle John is mending fences.
I was born just over there. That's where I lived when I was a kid. It's all gone.
Of the 12 properties here, 9 have burned to the ground. The highway is cut off, there's no electricity or phones. Even water and fuel is hard to come by.
So sad to see so many people lose their houses, and we've sort of still got ours, so we're very lucky.
We are so relieved this morning that there hasn't been loss of life, but our thoughts are for the many people who've lost their homes, lost their stock, lost their pets, and who return today to some very distressing conditions.
The bushfire, which began on Saturday, has burned out more than 50,000 hectares. It's now heading north for Coolah and Leadville, where there are 900 homes and worried residents.
You're seeing very rare, infrequent sorts of fire behaviour. Fire flame heights were invariably taller than most people's homes. We were seeing spotting activity significantly ahead of the main fire front.
Stock losses have been tough. Grazing paddocks are now dotted with dead and dying animals, but surprisingly, most will survive.
This cattle here managed to break free from their paddock last night, and it saved their lives.
All around here today you can hear the sound of gunshots. It's farmers shooting their animals but couldn't escape the flames.
I don't know how you get over it. You just got to suppose one foot in front of the other and go ahead and do what you can.
Now, as you heard, the fire is heading north for Coolah and Leadville, and while there were a few flare-ups today, over the next 4 days we're going to have some more cooler conditions, and it means that firefighters might be able to get the upper hand on it. But then on Friday, the really hot weather is going to return again, and that's when the danger is going to come. Sandra?
Indeed. Els Froden, thank you. So many confronting images and distressing stories. Let's go to Dan Sutton now. Dan, you have spoken with more residents who have lost everything.
Sandra, just heartbreaking when you look at beautiful family homes like this one, which have just been reduced to rubble and ash. There are 4 properties in this area of Papenbarra which are just like this one, levelled by the fire, which has been burning to the west of Warhope. There are 2 other properties which have been levelled a little further north from here, up near Kempsey. The general consensus, though, appears to be that that number is extraordinarily low when you consider how ferocious these fires were burning. Today, the family which owns this property, who drove up from Sydney today, allowed us to come with them as they inspected this damage for the first time. With water bombers still working overhead, a family returns to the smouldering shell of the home they'd spent 4 decades building, brick by brick. Tom and Millie had hoped to grow old here together.
No, there's nothing left for us.
Nothing. I haven't spotted anything that would be worth picking up.
From a hopeful daughter,
We're gonna fix it, right?
but it may be wishful thinking. This 2-storey home filled with memories, redwood furniture and precious notes from years of study is not insured.
37 years worth of work down the gurgler, taken to the dump.
And this is the ferocious beast responsible. It grew from nothing to 600 hectares in an hour. It was unstoppable in brutal conditions.
43 degrees, 9% humidity, howling northwest wind. It was just one of those terrible fire days.
So hot, firefighters' hoses simply melted. Today, 4 homes and several more sheds lay in ruins along Papenbarra Road. But around 100 more were saved.
Going up that hill up there was just sounded like a 747 aeroplane landing on top of you. It was just so loud.
The Rowley family filmed this video from their front yard.
Oh my God.
Beating back spot fires with wet Hessian bags. Up the road,
all along there as well.
It burned right up to the back of Karen Hines' home.
It was so smoky and the fire was everywhere.
At the height of it, she ran through blazing paddocks and jumped into a neighbour's dam.
They were burning that side and that side a bit, and because it was smoky I couldn't actually see where I was going.
Husband Peter couldn't find her.
Yeah, I was having a bit anxious there for a while, but
You found her?
Yeah. All good in the end.
He saved their home with the help of 2 forestry workers. Their thermometer showed 47.3 before it melted. And the fire near Kempsey was just as ferocious, destroying at least 2 houses.
We sat on our front veranda and just watched. You could see the billowing of the smoke, you could hear the explosions.
Today, Jennifer's property was still smouldering, despite light rain.
Pretty blank at the moment, devastated. We are insured partially.
She is hoping no cattle have been lost as well. Now back here at Papenbarra, the fire which caused all of this damage continues to burn. However, it is in a far more remote area, so is not causing any danger to properties right now, although firefighters say it will still be another week or so before they are able to get on top of it. There are still a lot of water bombing aircraft in the sky, dropping water on flare-ups as they occur, and also a lot of trees which have been burned are now falling down onto roads. They call them widowmakers for a reason.
Dan Sutton, thank you. Just a couple of personal insights there on that story and so many others being felt across the state. Well, for the time being, conditions have eased for thousands of battle-weary firefighters, but that isn't likely to stay that way for too long. Kimberly Sokol is at Rural Fire Service headquarters. Kimberly, what a difference a day makes.
It sure does, Sandra. Excuse me. At this time yesterday, there were 124 fires burning across the state, and 5 of those had reached emergency level. Tonight, there are just half that number of fires, and only 2 of them are at Watch and Act. That is the Sir Ivan fire and the excuse me, the Cairns Flat fire. Now, that is largely thanks to the huge effort by RFS volunteers. There were 2,500 on the fire ground at the peak of yesterday's emergency and thousands more on standby. It is no thanks to firebugs. 3 people have been charged with lighting fires during yesterday's catastrophic conditions. That includes a 13-year-old boy, a 40-year-old man and a 32-year-old former RFS member. He's been accused of lighting 2 fires while he had 2 children waiting for him in the car. He faced court today and was refused bail.
Kimberly, it does make you angry when you hear those details, but there is a warning from authorities though. When are the conditions going to worsen?
Friday, Sandra, the conditions are set to be dangerous again across the western and central western parts of the state. The weather pattern will be similar to what we saw over the weekend, but the winds won't be quite as strong and the weather not quite as hot. Still, the Premier says it is no time for complacency.
And whilst weather conditions have moderated today and over the next few days, we will see a resurgence with dangerous conditions later in the week. So we're not out of the woods. However, we are beyond the worst part of those catastrophic conditions which existed over the weekend.
We do have some good news about the 2 firefighters who were hospitalised over the weekend. One suffered lacerations and has undergone surgery. Another suffered burns to his hands, arms and face. Both of them now, Sandra, are in a stable condition.
Good news indeed. Kimberly Sokov, thank you. Let's get to the day's other news now. And Robert Z murdered 5 members of his own family. Now he will die in jail after being handed 5 life sentences. The 53-year-old showed no emotion as the long-awaited verdict was handed down. Andrew Denny has the story.
Robert Z didn't just murder 5 people, he slaughtered an entire family. With a hammer, he beat his wife's family and their 2 little boys to death.
On each count, you are sentenced to imprisonment for life.
He'll die behind bars for the calculated murders in the Lynn family's Epping home in 2009.
The 5 sentences represents justice for Min, Lily, Irene, Henry and Terry Lynn.
It's thought he was motivated by jealousy, but that was never proven. He cut power to the house, then, using the key he'd been trusted with, snuck inside and murdered his relatives as they slept. Later, he brought his wife back and pretended to find their bodies.
I'm not sure that someone killed my brother's family.
I was with some proud. What were you thinking at that stage? I didn't do anything.
In a single episode of brutal and calculated murderous violence is a course of offending that can only be described as heinous in the extreme.
There was one surviving relative who was in court to watch Z be led away.
I also commend her for her strength and her dignity and her courage.
For those left behind, today was a step towards closure.
I'm satisfied. The judgment is fair.
But Z's wife has always maintained his innocence.
He did not kill my brother's families.
Today's sentence has taken almost 8 years and 4 different trials to reach. 2 were aborted, and in a third, jurors couldn't reach a verdict. And despite all of this, Robert Z's wife now says this still might not be over. They're now preparing his appeal.
He was wrongly charged. The crime he did not commit.
Andrew Denny, 10 Eyewitness News.
Convicted conman Peter Foster has been extradited back to Sydney on new fraud charges. The 54-year-old was escorted by federal police officers from Southport Court to the Gold Coast Airport, where he was flown to Sydney. Police allege Foster was the mastermind behind a sports betting scam in 2013, which swindled more than $28 million from investors. He's been charged with 7 counts of fraud totalling more than $1.5 million and is due to appear in court tomorrow. They have been handing out awards on either side of the planet today, honouring films in the United Kingdom at the BAFTAs and music in the United States at the Grammys. And Australia has had some success at both, as Angela Bishop reports.
Showbiz royalty mixing with the real thing. The BAFTAs had it all. Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge made a dramatic entrance to help celebrate Britain's version of the Oscars. Australia was well represented among the nominees thanks to the movie Lion.
Happy to be putting a message like this in the world right now politically. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful story about unity, about embracing each other, about love and the strength of mothers.
The film's star Dev Patel won Best Supporting Actor and Luke Davies took out Best Adapted Screenplay.
Feels really lovely. This is the kind of form of validation that warms the cockles of your heart.
La La Land dominated, winning Best Actress and Best Film. There were a few more surprises on the other side of the planet at the Grammys. A far more risque red carpet saw Lady Gaga and Katy Perry steal the show, offstage and on. Australia had an early off-broadcast win for Flume for Best Electronic Album for Skin. While wife Nicole missed out in London, Keith Urban missed out in his 3 Grammy categories too, but blitzed his performance with Carrie Underwood. But no one was going to upstage Beyoncé, pregnant with twins and nominated for 9 Grammys. Her main rival for the big awards was Adele, who had a rocky start as she began an emotional tribute to the late George Michael.
I'm sorry, I can't mess this up for him.
She started again and nailed it, earning a standing ovation. And went on to rule the night, winning Song of the Year and Record of the Year for Hello and Album of the Year for 25. The final diva tally, Adele 5, Beyoncé 2.
But I can't possibly accept this award, and I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful and gracious, but my artist of my life is Beyoncé, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental. Beyoncé, it was so monumental.
Only one other artist won 5 Grammys on the night, and that was the late, great David Bowie. Angela Bishop, 10 Eyewitness News.
Stay with us after the break here on 10. The government's new plans to get its budget savings passed. Also, a man fronts court accused of a crime that was like something out of a horror movie. Shocking accusations against Parramatta Eels star Semi Radradra. And a whole lot at stake as Superhorse Winx kicks off her season.
The Power family are powering up for their 4th night in a row.
If you win in this game, you play for the car tomorrow night.
But the Poyser family are poised to strike.
They can't come back from 0.
With a new car on the line, can the Power family power on?
It's a hard one.
Find out next.
Oh, I feel sick.
Tonight, Natalie Bassingthwaite's terrifying trial.
Oh my God, Lise.
100 feet in the air.
I'm really nervous.
And blindfolded.
Oh my God. Oh no, I can't do it.
One little step at a time.
It's so wobbly, Lisa. It's so wobbly. I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can do it, Nat. One little shuffle at a time.
Lisa.
Little shuffles. Don't run it. Don't run it.
Natalie's terrifying trial tonight.
And The Bachelor's Kira is coming. 7:30 tomorrow.
The progressive Corolla Hybrid. With the latest technology and the impressive performance of Toyota's Hybrid Synergy Drive. It's for the generation going places. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Not every solar company offers solar hot water, solar power and battery storage, but Solar Heart does. And right now you'll get 50 months interest-free on any Solar Heart system. It's not just solar, it's Solar Heart.
Kate and Steve don't have life insurance. But with a mortgage and growing family, it's time to get serious. Now they have a choice. They could leave finding the right policy to chance. Which one? Or leave it to Choosy. Choosy is a free insurance comparison service. Just pick up the phone and call 13 16 21. And Choosy's team of choosers will help you find the right life insurance policy for you and your family. Simply tell them the payout you want for your family, and they'll make it easy for you to compare life insurance policies. They'll help you be choosy about the cover amount. They'll help you be choosy about the benefits. And they'll help you be choosy about the cost. That way, you can choose the life insurance policy that's right for you. So, don't leave it to chance, leave it to Choosy. Call 13 16 21 or go to choosy.com.au to compare, choose and apply.
AGL's Power Combo, backed by popular demand. Get 21% off electricity and 15% off gas usage charges when you combine with AGL and pay on time. Sign up online for up to $100 in credits or call AGL now. Offer ends 31 March.
It's the best time of year to sit back, unwind, and to love your life outdoors. And there's no better way than with the addition of low-maintenance artificial grass. With 40 months interest-free, no deposit across the entire range, what better time to give Australian outdoor living a call? Enhance your home, create a hassle-free, low-maintenance garden, save on water bills, and enjoy the soft comfort of realistic-looking artificial grass. 40 months interest-free, no deposit. Call Australian Outdoor Living or visit us today.
Tired of ending up wetter than your garden? I've got the answer with HoseLink. Order the Ned Kelly, a full set of connectors to set up your hose, plus a premium spray gun for just $34.90. Order now at hoselink.com.au.
New Age Caravans are the winners of the CIA Business Award for 2016 Excellence in Manufacturing. The time has never been better to start your New Age adventure. Visit the New Age Caravans team at the end of the M1 Beresfield. Look for the big red building.
When it comes to mortgages, don't you wish you could cut the BS? Big stress. Well, here's how you can. With Greater Bank's Ultimate Home Loan Package. A loan full of features and a low rate to help you make the most of your money. Here's how.
Welcome back to 10 News. Let's cross to Susanna Morana now for the latest on tonight's traffic conditions. And Susanna, some big delays at Rydalmere. What's happened?
Yes, Sandra, there's been a three-car accident, Victoria Road near James Roos Drive. It's right above the railway line. You can see it here. It's blocking the left lane heading west. Now, as a result, we've got significant delays because there's only one lane of traffic getting through. Well over 2 kilometres worth of delays trying to get through the Rydalmere area. They go all the way back towards West Ryde. Now, adding to the problems through the same area around Dundas, Kissing Point Road and Park Road, a car and bus accident, also westbound. So some significant delays through the northwest. Susanna Morana from the Plush Traffic Helicopter.
We heard today for the first time exactly what NRL star Semi Radradra is accused of doing to his former partner. Perina Ting today gave evidence in court where the Eels player is charged with domestic violence offences. Erin Bell was there.
He is accused of punching his partner in the face and pushing her into a wall so violently she was knocked out. Are you worried about these allegations? Semi Radradra was arrested in July last year, charged with 2 counts of common assault. Today, Perina Ting told the court of her shock when the 24-year-old allegedly hit her during an argument, just 2 weeks after the birth of their child. She says Radradra called their pastor to their home afterwards, admitting in Fijian, "I used my hand on her." The second incident happened when their daughter was 6 months old, when he allegedly slammed Miss Ting's head into a wall. "I didn't know what was happening until I woke up and I was on the floor." Semi Radradra has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Instead, his defence claims that Miss Ting was angry about the breakdown of their relationship and that he was seeing someone new. He insists that she wasn't fearful of him and in fact sent a string of abusive text messages to the footballer. "God is going to pay you for your deed, you lying, cheating womanizer," she wrote, and later, "You're going to be the next headline for the Eels." Then, a month before making a formal report, she sent this: "I'm going to call the police for abusive words. I'm going to expose you." "You call him every name under the sun," said the defence, "but you never say that he punched you, that he touched you, that he pushed you into a wall." The case has been adjourned until May, months after Semi Radradra's football season starts. Erin Bell, 10 Eyewitness News.
The federal government says it will put $3 billion into the National Disability Insurance Scheme, but there is a catch. The money is contingent on support for its controversial bill, which takes billions of dollars out of other parts of the welfare system. Leah Craven has the story from Canberra. Digging in, the Prime Minister's making another pitch to get his childcare reforms through the Senate.
Here we go.
The government's trying to get Labor to support its savings package, which contains changes to childcare subsidies, alongside cuts to family payments, paid parental leave and the dole, by declaring the $3 billion in savings will be used to help fund the National Disability Insurance Scheme the ALP set up.
This government inherited a black hole when it came to the funding of the NDIS.
Labor's accused the government of holding the NDIS hostage.
Given the Prime Minister's cuts have little chance of passing the Parliament, will he be cutting $3 billion from the NDIS?
It used question time to keep the focus on what it calls a grubby deal, the decision by the West Australian Liberal Party to preference One Nation ahead of the Nationals at the upcoming state election.
Will the Prime Minister advise the Premier of Western Australia to put One Nation last?
How much influence does One Nation have on government policy?
The member for Herbert wouldn't be sitting in this parliament were it not for One Nation preferences.
But unlike John Howard in 2000,
The One Nation Party should be placed last on all Liberal Party how to vote cards in Australia.
Malcolm Turnbull won't intervene.
Preferences are a matter for the party organisation, and in a state election it's a matter for the organisation in Western Australia.
The preference deal has driven a wedge through the government's leadership team. Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce describes it as disappointing and predicts it will be the death knell for the state Liberals.
There's one thing you can absolutely be assured of, is that you're going to be in opposition.
Once a pariah, now a power broker.
If this is going to get people elected for a parliament, I'm not going to apologise to anyone.
Pauline Hanson's making sure her second coming won't be fleeting.
They've got no choice but to take me seriously.
Leah Craven, 10 Eyewitness News. Well, the weather is the story of the day, if not the past week. So, Tim Bailey, what is the latest?
Good evening, Sandra. Well, let's just reflect on the torturous heat of Saturday. More than 40 heat records across Australia broken. In New South Wales, we had our highest average maximum temperature across the state, 44 degrees. Highest minimum temperature ever recorded in White Cliffs of 34.2 degrees. And Richmond, their hottest day on record, 47 degrees. Air tomorrow, we can breathe again. A rare day, under 25 degrees for the city. It's been incredible, hasn't it? And it builds again across Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures by the coast, 34 degrees. Penrith in line for 3 days at 38 degrees, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Current temperatures for you. This is a little bit easier to cop. 18 the minimum today, 27 degrees the maximum. Currently it is 25 degrees. Cooler air tomorrow and the heat comes again Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Sandra.
Thank you, Tim. Stay with us. Up next here on 10, we'll interview the new counter-terrorism minister about his plans to keep our state safe. And the bomb square that forced the evacuation of 70,000 people.
Right now, enjoy 50% off.
Where is Daryl Summers? Some people think I have ulterior motives, but really I'm looking for love.
The show where you expect the unexpected.
Come outside, Janet. It's nice and warm. I think it's really cold, actually.
It's Visit Anyway Australia, 9 o'clock tonight on 10.
Doors open. You are Rob Dugan, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent. Here is Cuddly Meerkat Toy Rewards for buy health insurance to compare the market. Right, time for cockroach kebabs. Rob, don't worry, we bring enough for everyone. Get exclusive Meerkat toy when you buy health insurance before April 1st price rise. Call 133232 or visit comparethemarket.com.au. Simples.
How do you make Domino's garlic bread even more mouth-watering? By adding rich bolognese sauce, delicious Aussie ground beef and tasty mozzarella. Introducing the Bolognese Garlic Baguette, just $6.95 from Domino's.
The best way to experience river cruising is with Avalon Waterways. There's a relaxed luxury that's unique to Avalon, like enjoying a view from your bed that faces the window. A range of sensational dining choices, sightseeing, excursions and activities designed to offer authentic experiences. You have the freedom to cruise your way. It's a cruise designed for you, and only on Avalon. Visit avalonwaterways.com.au.
The beautiful Coffs Coast, one of New South Wales' best holiday destinations. And now you can fly the family direct with Fly Pelican. With fares starting from just $99 one way, why drive when you can fly? Book online today at flypelican.com.au.
The all-new Renault Megane. With technology that puts you in control. Choose your driving style. Park hands-free. And enjoy every drive. All new Renault Megane. Take control. From $24,990 drive away.
Kate and Steve don't have life insurance. But with a mortgage and growing family, it's time to get serious. Now they have a choice. They could leave finding the right policy to chance. Which one? Or leave it to Choosy. Choosy is a free insurance comparison service. Just pick up the phone and call 13 16 21. And Choosy's team of choosers will help you find the right life insurance policy for you and your family. Simply tell them the payout you want for your family, and they'll make it easy for you to compare life insurance policies. They'll help you be choosy about the cover amount. They'll help you be choosy about the benefits. And they'll help you be choosy about the cost. That way, you can choose the life insurance policy that's right for you. So, don't leave it to chance, leave it to Choosy. Call 13 16 21 or go to choosy.com.au to compare, choose and apply.
Who is the producer who thinks of this as an idea for a show?
The new season of Gogglebox on 10. Tonight, Natalie Bassingthwaite's terrifying trial.
So wobbly, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can do it, Nat. Don't run it. Don't run it.
It's the life-saving cancer drug that's been approved by the United States. But you can't get it here in Australia. Tomorrow, how you can bypass our cruel laws and get this much-needed medicine. And you won't believe what other treatments you can access. Studio 10, 8:30 tomorrow.
Welcome back. The new counter-terrorism minister has dismissed suggestions there are tensions between his newly created portfolio and the police ministry. In one of his first interviews in the role, David Elliott also says that he wants to be tougher on anyone with terror links, especially those in prison. Catalina Flores has the story.
Never before has the state had a dedicated minister for counter-terrorism.
It's like preventative medicine. It's to make sure people in society are aware of the dangers of terrorism.
All too aware were the people who gathered for the 39th anniversary of what many say was Australia's first domestic terror attack, the Hilton Hotel bombing, which killed 2 council workers.
We're going to defy that. Like here today, we've had this memorial in a public place with very important people, and so they're not going to win.
Since being sworn in a fortnight ago, David Elliott has had briefings from several state, federal and international security agencies, including the FBI. He denies the job was created through a factional deal.
Well, no one would ever ask to be the Minister for Counter-Terrorism.
And dismisses fears of tension between his new portfolio and the police ministry.
There will be no demarcation disputes between Troy Geraint and I.
He's already flagging changes to the Crimes Act to make it harder for prisoners with terror links to get parole, such as Ahmed Elamar, the brother of Islamic State fighter Mohammed Elamar.
And those that have been exposed to terrorist activities, whether they're convicted for terrorist activities or convicted for something else, need to be monitored.
Something the Law Society says is a dangerous path.
The real risk here is the removal of discretion in the granting of parole.
That idea will be taken to Cabinet, but more pressing for ministers right now is what to do with controversial council mergers, with Cabinet meeting here tomorrow morning to try to land on a solution. Catalina Flores, 10 Eyewitness News.
North Korea has confirmed it tested a ballistic missile yesterday, its first such test since Donald Trump became the US president. The rogue nation says it was a medium to long-range ballistic missile, and the test, which was supervised by Kim Jong-un, was successful. It has been widely condemned by leaders around the world, including President Trump, who just recently hosted the Japanese Prime Minister. A World War II bomb has been deactivated in Greece's second largest city after forcing the evacuation of more than 70,000 people from their homes. Army officials said the bomb's firing mechanism was still intact, which meant everyone within a 2K radius of the site had to leave. The 170-kilogram explosive was discovered during excavation works at a petrol station last week. A United Airlines pilot has been escorted from her plane after she turned up in casual clothes and began ranting about her divorce and the US presidential election. Passengers say as soon as she arrived, she began to argue with crew members, even asking passengers for a vote on whether she needed to change into her uniform.
Okay, if you don't feel safe, get off the airplane, but otherwise we can go. Okay. All right, so I purposely offended you. Did I offend you? Okay, so did I purposely offend you? I did. The answer is yes.
Dozens of passengers ended up disembarking the plane, some in tears, saying that they did feel unsafe. After the break here on 10, some big NRL injury news just 2 weeks out from the start of the season. And the real story behind the reckless horse race. While in finance news, the Australian share market has posted a 41-point gain at the start of the week and the close of trade. The Australian dollar is buying around 76.5 US cents and above 61 British pence.
At the recent US election, Greg was a first-time voter. So which way did he swing, Donald or Hillary?
Wow, this is like I'm losing my virginity.
10's new comedy, Life in Pieces, 9:40 tonight.
Why tyre power? It's more than just the power of lower prices.
You get the power of tyres for whatever you drive.
And the power of service that keeps you coming back.
Why would you buy your tyres anywhere else? Get the power.
Tyre Power. Get the power of Australia's biggest independent.
You know, down at the footy club, there are some serious operators who really rate the Kubota M series. It's got the grunt and reliability to churn through a multitude of jobs on the farm. And the price is at a very sweet spot, so grab it while it lasts. To give your cash flow a boost, Kubota is offering a low 0.9% finance across the professional M series range, including the high-spec MGX. Get a financial edge. Contact Kentam Machinery, Hexham and Tauree.
Eurosolar's Aussie favourite Build Buster package is back with 19 brand new higher efficiency panels and 5 kilowatt Wi-Fi inverter for an incredible 3841. Limited systems at this price. Ends Feb 24 or while stocks last. Call 1300 Eurosolar.
Cleaning the tub is a back-breaking chore, and you can scrub your tiles, but it always needs more. There has to be an easier way. From the makers of the best-selling Hurricane Spin Mop comes the all-new Hurricane Spin Scrubber, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrub brush that cleans faster and easier. Even these dirty old tiles are no match for Spin Scrubber, blasting right through the grime, sparkly and clean every time. It makes quick work of calcium, soap and hard water stains, clear and clean in seconds. The secret is the rotating brush, spinning at 300 RPM. The incredible torque can bust through any caked-on crud with ease. So forget harsh chemicals, now restore the shine and luster to any surface in a flash. And you'll never need batteries because it comes with the latest rechargeable technology. Forget bending and straining to clean the tub because you'll get this extension pole free. Now you can easily reach down into the tub to power away stains or into the shower to clean mouldy grout and tiles, even to clean those areas you couldn't normally reach. And we're not done yet. You'll also get this free soft flex cone brush that fits perfectly into corners. There's no easier way to get taps sparkling clean. Also use it to blast away the burnt mess on cooktops, even get into tiny crevices on the fridge door, or best of all, those hard-to-reach shower door rails. Call Global Shop Direct or go online and order your very own Hurricane Spin Scrubber for the special low price on your screen now. You'll get the complete Hurricane Spin Scrubber system, including the multi-purpose brush, extension pole, and the soft cone flex brush, so you'll never miss another hard-to-reach crevice or corner again. You can't completely clean those large surface areas effectively without a flat brush. That's why we're including an extra large flat brush free. Use it around the rusty sink drain or to bust through the dirt on the shower floor. And there's no better way to power through the oven door grime, so it wipes off in no time. The Hurricane Spin Scrubber is the cleaning tool every home needs. But if for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, just send it back within 30 days for a full refund of the product price. Nobody likes to get on their hands and knees to clean. Make those hard to reach and even back-breaking chores easy with the Hurricane Spin Scrubber. Order yours now.
Tonight, Natalie Bassingthwaite's terrifying trial.
So wobbly, I can't do it. I can't do it. You can do it, Nat. Don't run it. Don't run it.
You're watching 10 News. We have got a house fire at Castle Hill and Susanna Morana is hovering above. Susanna?
Yes, Sandra, we're above Showground Road at Carrington Road at Castle Hill, a house fire. Multiple emergency services and fire crews are on the scene. Now, up until a couple of minutes ago, there were quite large and heavy plumes of smoke through the area, so it looks like the worst of it is over. Now, traffic trying to head east on Showground Road is currently being blocked and diverted on Gilbert Roads. There's some very heavy traffic trying to get out of Castle Hill. Westbound is also slow, so you are best off to avoid Castle Hill Showground Road. Susanna Morana from the Plush Traffic Helicopter.
Police fear there may be more victims of a man accused of kidnapping and raping a European backpacker in South Australia. The 24-year-old victim was taken from the South Australian town of Murray Bridge on Thursday afternoon after her alleged attacker responded to an ad on Gumtree for a lift. The woman managed to send a message to her parents overseas as well as a friend in Queensland, raising the alarm and sparking an intense manhunt. She was then found late on Friday night at a local motel. The 52-year-old man faced court for the first time today since being arrested over the horrifying ordeal. Much of the case has been suppressed as police continue their investigations. The jockey who deliberately rode his horse into rivals has received a record suspension for reckless riding. He's been banned from returning to the saddle for 18 months. Josh Cartwright's actions last month were slammed as one of the worst incidents in the sport's history. Tim Morgan has more.
After 4 weeks, a sorry Josh Cartwright finally reached the finishing post of a hearing over why he shockingly steered across the track, almost sending one jockey crashing to the turf.
I'd also like to apologise to the whole racing community for what I did, because it is nothing short of disgusting.
In today's penalty hearing, Chairman of Stewards Johan Petzer said the interference was as severe as he had ever seen, labelling it the worst display of racing ever in Australia. Still, the panel of 4 stewards refrained from disqualifying Cartwright, instead imposing an 18-month suspension on his racing licence and a 6-month ban from training.
I'm deeply saddened of my suspension. But I hope to be back in the industry soon.
The punishment lessened because the inquiry believed Cartwright was on the brink of suicide when he took the saddle and wanted a way out of the sport. He's since started counselling and must continue to receive help if he wants to return to racing.
It was critically important that he be given a pathway forward, and I think the role now is to ensure his well-being over the period of his penalty.
The hearing finding there was no other motivation for Cartwright's dangerous ride, despite his partner Anna Uslow winning the race.
We extensively canvassed betting records, and the betting records we canvassed doesn't suggest that proposition.
The decision isn't what Cartwright's defence was hoping for. They'd asked the inquiry for a 6-month riding ban and no suspension on training. They now have 7 days to appeal the decision. Tim Morgan, 10 Eyewitness News.
So with us up next, it is the day in sport, and can champion Mare Wings make it 14 wins on the trot? The race highlights from round week are just ahead. Also, Mitchell Moses in a moon boot due to a heel injury. How long the Tigers playmaker expects to be out of action. And while there'll be extra spice in the Waratahs Super Rugby opener against the Force.
It was the twist that got Australia talking.
Victory?
On their 36th birthday, these siblings' lives changed in a big way.
I was not a very good brother to you, was I?
This Is Us continues Wednesday on 10.
Bye for now. I'm all clear. Doctor thinks the last results were an error.
Oh, that's good news.
These last few days, Nikki, I've been so worried about you and Rachel and how you would cope if something happened to me.
Oh, David.
But there's one simple thing we should do right now to protect our family.
Well, what's that?
Get real life insurance.
Applying for real life insurance is easy. Take David, for example. He gave us a call to get a quote, so I helped him organise cover right then and there. And like David, you can apply quickly and easily over the phone without a medical or a blood test. You simply choose a cover amount from $100,000 up to $1 million, which is paid quickly to your loved ones when they need it most. You'll also get back 10% of the premiums you've paid after the first 12 months with the real reward. Plus, for a limited time, when you take out cover today, you could get a bonus $100 gift card. Taking out real life insurance is one simple thing you can do right now to protect those that matter most. For a quick quote, call 139 519 or search Real Life Insurance now.
We built a Perry.
I built a Perry.
We built with Perry Homes.
Perry Homes are multi-award winners, offering quality-built homes to suit any budget. Head to perryhomes.com.au and visit a display home today.
Just when you thought Hungry Jack's mouth-watering flame-grilled Whopper couldn't get any better, it now comes with free chips and a Coke. That's right, free chips and a Coke, making the legendary Whopper even better. For a limited time only.
Looking back, I know I've done the best for my family.
After all these years, though, we've earned the right to say it's our time now to do what we want.
Still, we had to make sure things were in order first.
Like who'd pay for our funerals one day.
Leaving the family with those costs wasn't an option.
So we called Australian Seniors Insurance Agency, the over 50s insurance specialists.
They understand people like us and made taking out funeral insurance so easy.
We just picked the cover we wanted, up to $15,000, and organised it with no fuss. Guaranteed cover in one call with no medical, health check or paperwork.
And with their seniors promise, our cover gets cheaper the longer we have it. Premiums start from just $5.44 per week, but our premiums actually reduce by 5% every 5 years without changing our cover amount.
It's my time to get on with life, knowing I've protected my family from my funeral costs.
Call Australian Seniors today on 139 839 or visit seniors.com.au.
Seniors.com.au.
You're behind the wheel of your 300, 500 or 700 Hino. Whatever the truck, you'll get a quality service at Newcastle Hino Parts and Service with factory-trained technicians that have access to the latest diagnostic equipment, plus 100,000 genuine parts in stock and all covered by 3 years warranty. Plus, they are an RNS inspection station. You work all hours, so do they. Open weekdays 7:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. They also offer a 24-hour breakdown service. No wonder they're 3 times Hino Regional Dealer of the Year. Newcastle Hino Parts and Service. Into the freeway, Beresfield.
Every single show on every single channel, all in one show. The new season of Gogglebox on 10. New Gogglebox is back on 10.
That's the best news I've seen all day.
It all starts Thursday on 10.
Welcome back. It's time for a look at the day in sport with Matt Burke. And Matt, one of the West Tigers' best, forced to sit out of training today. Do tell.
Yeah, that's right, Sandra. Good evening. There's just over 2 weeks until the start of the NRL season. And today, gun playmaker Mitchell Moses was walking around in a moon boot. But as Michael Caine explains, there's no need to panic in Tiger Town.
It's not the sight Tigers fans want to see. The after effects from a heel injury has Mitchell Moses racing the clock.
Got a bit of bone bruising towards the end in that game, in the All-Stars game on the weekend, so it's more precautionary with the boot. Definitely round one will be fine.
It's unlikely Jason Taylor will risk the 5/8 in Friday night's trial against the Cowboys. He'll want their playmaker fit and firing for their mouth-watering round one showdown against the Rabbitohs and an old teammate, Robbie Farah.
It's going to be a bit different versing him, so I'm always used to playing with him, so it'll definitely be different, but I'll be looking forward to it.
I guess maybe on his side of things it might feel a little bit emotional playing against his old club, but you know, he can only be pumped up for the game.
With the hooking role up for grabs, former Shark Matt McGilrick put his best foot forward in the pre-season, but Matt Ballin is believed to be the favourite to take the number 9 jumper. Recovering from his second knee reconstruction in 2 seasons, the road back has been tough.
There's a physical side of it and there's also the mental side of it, you know, and there's times when you do feel like giving up and you do feel like throwing it away just because it's a tough and trialling situation.
The Tigers captain is looking forward to his second year at the helm, but today he reserves special mention for his best mate and Bulldogs enforcer David Clemmer, who has taken on a Woods-like look in the off-season.
I reckon it looks pretty good. He tidied it up a bit at the 9s. He's had it sort of short sides and long through the top, so I think he might be going for that, was it One Direction look, you know, at the moment.
Michael Caine, 10 Eyewitness News.
Western Force recruit Tatafu Pelota now can't wait to rip into his old Waratahs teammates in round 1 of the Super Rugby season. After a decade with New South Wales, the hooker was sporting a different shade of blue at today's launch, and the sledging has already started.
Not sure if the West has changed him at all. He's still weird as ever.
If you sort of look up at a new Collins dictionary, you definitely see the face of Michael Hooper next to weird. So, yeah, a bit of a funny one. I definitely must say West is best.
And we will find out when they go head-to-head at Allianz Stadium Saturday week. The Wanderers season is on the brink after suffering another loss at home. The 2-0 defeat to Central Coast leaves them hanging on to 6th place, but only 2 points clear of second last.
Well, it was always going to be a fight anyway, regardless of this result. One result doesn't mean that all of a sudden you're in the finals or out of the finals.
And Western Sydney are yet to win at Spotless Stadium in 5 encounters this season. Their next clash is against the unbeaten Sydney FC at ANZ Stadium. Chelsea opened the scoring against Burnley in this morning's Premier League clash. Pedro finishing off some great work from Victor Moses, but the Clarets hit back.
Robbie Brady!
One all the final score. The Blues now 10 points clear of second place Tottenham. And more misery for Leicester. The Foxes beaten 2-0 by Swansea. Now with deliveries like this, it's easy to see why Mitchell Schwepson could earn his baggy green in the first test against India. He's also been getting huge raps from Aussie legends Shane Warne and Steve Waugh.
It's great to get praise from legends of the game like that. You know, a bit of a feather in the cap, but you know, in saying that, it's not, you're not accomplished just because blokes like that are saying that you know, you should be here.
The squad leaves for India tomorrow ahead of the first test later this month. Jordan Spieth's putting game was on show as he recorded his first victory since the Australian Open last year. The world number 6 winning the Pebble Beach Pro-Am by 4 shots.
Put Jordan Spieth's name on the wall of great champions at Pebble Beach.
Spieth becoming the second youngest golfer to win 9 times on the PGA Tour at just 23.5, just a month ahead of Tiger Woods, while Jason Day recovered from his shocker yesterday with shots like this, tying for 5th. Champion Mare Winks has just equalled the great Farlap by making it 14 wins in a row after taking out the Group 2 Apollo Stakes at Randwick. The meet was postponed for 48 hours due to Sydney's heatwave, but a comeback was well worth the wait. Here's the closing stages.
Bowman starting to negotiate a way to the outside on Winks, and she's into the daylight now. Endless Drama moves up to Shiraz, but she just ambles up on the outside of Winks. Hartnell's 3 lengths away, but away goes Winks. Put play to Endless Drama. Hartnell's running on, looking for second again, but here's 14 for the equine queen of the world, Winks. Great first up performance. She wins it by 2.5 to Hartnell. They panel the rest. The Irish import Endless Drama third, a distant one at that, followed by Magic Hurricane, Preferment, Libran, Dibiani.
It was all about the weight, wasn't it? We give her the play of the day as well. Those barrier trials, she was just playing, wasn't she?
Queen of the world.
So good.
She's amazing.
Brilliant.
All right, well, the story is, or rather the weather is the story of the day. It has been for the weekend. Bailey's back after the break with the very latest from the Bureau. Stick around.
The Aussie Polly's taking a leaf out of Trump's tweet book tonight, 6:30.
It was the twist that got Australia talking.
Victory?
On their 36th birthday, these siblings' lives changed in a big way.
I was not a very good brother to you, was I?
This Is Us continues Wednesday on 10.
Doors open!
You are Rob Dugan, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent! Here is Cuddly Meerkat Toy Rewards. To buy health insurance, we compare the market. Right, time for cockroach kebabs. Rob, don't worry, we bring enough for everyone. Get exclusive Meerkat toy when you buy health insurance before April 1st price rise. Call 13 32 32 or visit comparethemarket.com.au. Simples.
Cocoa Pops and milk, just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy.
I am totally addicted to midnight shopping.
I just want to see more funny goats.
And I want to stream more TV.
With iPrimus unlimited NBN data for $79.90 per month, plus a $100 credit.
For all of us, iPrimus.
Hurry in and feed the family at Red Rooster. Get one of our famous roast chickens and family-sized chips for only $15 pickup or $20 in delivery. Dinner, sorted for less.
I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew.
At APIA, we know the more you live, the more you learn. It's why we're proud to reward the over 50s with great value products and services to support them and the life they lead. APIA, because we know, you know.
Family Feud, we'll be asking two Aussie families to name something edible that's pink. Let's see what they all say. Welcome back to 10 Eyewitness News. You're plugged into the Daily Bailey Weather Wall, the forecast where you get it all. And the good news is cooler air, lighter winds and even some precipitation across New South Wales in the next 1 to 2 days. Tomorrow in Sydney, at last, a day under 25 degrees. A nighttime temperature around 19 degrees. We can breathe the air, we can sleep after the torture of the record heat that just blanketed New South Wales across Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow, maybe a shower, 25 degree maximum. We'll enjoy that because on the horizon, of course, it's been a record we don't want. These heat waves just keep rolling in, and there's another one coming. Mark it down for Furnace Friday. Again, a hot day, 34 to 38 degrees and 38 degrees for 3 consecutive days in Penrith, running from Friday right across the weekend. What's happening? Let's get to the satellite tonight and do some explaining for you. Right, monsoonal trough still dominating Northern Australia, embedded with thunderstorms, heavy showers. This is a big high pressure system just clearing most of southeastern and central Australia. The speckled air through Tasmania and Victoria is some cold southwesters and the cold front, and that southerly, thank goodness for that southerly that hit Sydney on Sunday, moves out with that cold front and all the cloud up in northeast New South Wales. All right, weather map for you tomorrow, and this is going to be the stabiliser. The high ridges back to the coast and keeps things clear and keeps temperatures mild with a few little showers as well. Dominating the troughs of low pressure right across the north, the monsoonal trough we've spoken about, but for the next day or two, some pretty nice conditions in New South Wales, easing for our fireys, and we think of everybody that has been through hell across the weekend in the bushfires. All right, let's have a look at the business of the Brolly. Predicted precipitation. They'll enjoy this wet stuff up from the central coast, stretching north into the Northern Rivers district. Every little drop will count. You can see it moving across here. A couple of the fire districts will get way better conditions tomorrow. Lighter winds, cooler air and some moisture as well. Okay, where have you been? What have you seen? What have you got for Bailey's big screen? Let's have a look at these photographs. Well, the heat came, and didn't the sunsets come across the weekend? They were absolutely magnificent. Deborah Hasler wasn't going to miss it. Kanahuka, and look at the sky. It went amazing colours across Saturday and Sunday. Don't believe me? Let's go to another one on the big screen. Aaron from Camden. It was just pink, it was purple, it was mauve, it was orange, it was all kinds of beautiful, wasn't it? Fantastic stuff. And finally tonight we go to Camp Cove, Mark Hickey, and it was about having a swim late on Saturday, and that was just prior to the sunset, and we thought that captured the heat, it captured where most of Sydney wanted to be, in the briny, and the light was soon to explode. Beautiful stuff. All right, let's go around Australia, have a look at the weather for you. And tomorrow in Brisbane, a shower or two and 29 degrees. Canberra, partly cloudy and 28. Melbourne, a possible light morning shower, 21 degrees. Partly cloudy Hobart. Adelaide, a sunny day and 29. Cloudy and overcast in Perth, 27. Sunshine in the Alice, 37. And showers and a possible storm in Darwin. New South Wales tomorrow. Here comes a shower or two. Beautiful for Lismore, 28. Likewise, Coffs Harbour, 26. Shower or two in Tamworth. They'll lap it up, 31 degrees. Sunny and Orange, 27. Wagga Wagga, sunny, 31 degrees. Broken Hill, 31. And Nowra and Bega, a possible early shower, 23 and 24 degrees. The Basin tomorrow, a mild day, thankfully. A shower or two in Gosford, 24 degrees. Possible morning shower for Richmond and Penrith, 27 and 26 degrees. The official forecast for Sydney, cloudy, medium 60% chance of showers along the coastal fringe, tops of 25 degrees. Where is the heat hanging? Where's it sneaking? Where's it coming from next? 32 Friday, 34 Saturday and 23 on Sunday with a much needed southerly change. In the west, unfortunately, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, hot and sunny and 38 degrees. Thanks for having me at your place. Back to Miss Sully.
Thank you, Tim. That is the news for now. This Monday, February 13, we'll be back with updates throughout the evening.
For Win viewers, your local news is next. Everyone else, stand by for Family Feud.
And of course, the team of the project will be ready to go at 6:30. From the team here at 10 Eyewitness News, see you tomorrow. Don't forget, Valentine's Day. Cheers.
He's the first celebrity out of the jungle.
Oh my gosh.
We chat to Tom Arnold and get the lowdown on what really went on in the camp.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
The project next.
Tonight, Natalie Bassingthwaite's terrifying trial.
So wobbly, I can't do it. I can't do it. You can do it, Nat. Don't run it. Don't run it.
Half a clove of garlic, half a cup of shallots, half a lemon. A half can make a whole lot of difference. Like the 0.5% finance comparison rate at Holden right now.
For a limited time only, 0.5% per annum comparison rate finance is available on a great range of 2017 plated Holden vehicles, including the Commodore SV6 and the new Holden Barina. But hurry, 0.5% comparison rate finance is for a limited time.
Now that's a great reason to see your Holden dealer today.
The 40 Winks upsize sale is on now. Get a king, queen or double mattress for the price of a single. And get a better night's sleep for less. Available on selected leading brands, but must end Sunday. 40 Winks. Wake up wonderful.
Want the perfect line every time? Try Australia's #1 eyeliner, Master Precise from Maybelline, New York. 0.05mm tip for our most defined line. Smudge-proof, waterproof, Master Precise liquid liner. Make it happen, Maybelline, New York.
Stress is unbelievable.
Looking over your shoulder, wondering when the attack's coming.
It's just so poetic. You feel in control for so long and then things take a turn.
I've never heard anything like it.
You can actually feel it. That raw power.
Not every solar company offers solar hot water, solar power and battery storage, but Solar Heart does. And right now you'll get 50 months interest-free on any Solar Heart system. It's not just solar, it's Solar Heart.
Most people think all anti-dandruff shampoos are the same, but new Head & Shoulders not only washes dandruff away, it also cleanses, protects and moisturises your scalp. Be up to 100% dandruff-free. I recommend Head & Shoulders.
Where is Daryl Summers? Some people think I have ulterior motives, but really I'm looking for love.
The show where you expect the unexpected.
Come outside, Janet. It's nice and warm. I think it's really cold, actually.
It's as hot as it anyway, Australia. 9 o'clock tonight on 10.
Up next, from Beyonce dropping jaws to Gaga rocking out with Metallica. All the highlights and a few other moments from this year's Grammy Awards. See you at 6:30.
After 12 years of steady work, Simon was suddenly retrenched, just like that. So like me, he got qualified as a personal trainer with the Australian Institute of Fitness and made a positive change to his life. Why don't you make the change? Find out where a fitness career could take you. fitfitness.edu.au or call the Institute on 1300 669 669.
Building a castle is hard work, and hard work deserves a reward like Australian family-owned Buller Ice Cream. Cheers, kids. Buller, some things are just unfakeable.
With NRMA Home and Contents Insurance, you get confidence, knowing you're covered for the repair or rebuild of your home if it's destroyed. So get confidence by your side with insurance NRMA Better. Get a quote from nrma.com.au.
Cadbury Dairy Milk. Tastes like this feels. Enjoy the smooth, chocolatey taste of Cadbury Dairy Milk.
We're finally homeowners.
Yep, and there's one simple thing we should do right now to protect what we've worked so hard for.
What's that?
Get real life insurance.
Just like Mark and Melinda, you can apply over the phone with no medical or blood test. You simply choose your cover amount up to $1 million. Plus, when you take out cover today, you could get a $100 gift card. Taking out real life insurance is one simple thing you can do right now to protect those that matter most. Call 139 489 or search Real Life Insurance now.
There's now a better way to protect yourself from frequent heartburn. Nexium 24-hour. For 24-hour protection to control frequent heartburn. Just one tablet a day, 24-hour protection for frequent heartburn relief.
This is so awesome, Daddy.
Dad's for kids.
It was the twist that got Australia talking.
Big three?
On their 36th birthday, these siblings' lives changed in a big way.
I was not a very good brother to you, was I?
This Is Us continues Wednesday on 10.
I remember the moment that I laid eyes on you, thought I was the luckiest guy in the world.
Is Toby falling in love with Dee all over again?
The day we were married. It is still one of the most important days of my life.
Neighbours, next on 11.
The new season of Gogglebox is back. They have the shows you love.
Free price of about 4 for 3.
They can call him a short jock.
And the shows you don't know.
Some people don't look good undressed.
I know.
New Gogglebox starts Thursday.
Some people love it. Some people even adore it. When that little stone drops, my heart goes boom, boom for your love. Oh, all around the world I hear hearts go boom, boom for that love.
Celebrate this Valentine's Day with Pandora.
This Navara's right posh. You wouldn't know you're in a pickup. You'd think you're in a limo. Where to, Buff?
Nissan's hot deals are now on. Get the Nissan Navara ST from $42,990 drive away with class-leading diesel fuel economy and now with standard sat-nav.
In town for long?
Make your bones part of your beauty routine. My secret? Caltrate.
Bone loss can gradually begin from the mid-30s. Caltrate has calcium, extra minerals, plus high levels of vitamin D.
Hair? Tick. Lippy? Tick. Bones? Tick.
$8.50, please. Thanks.
Answered with Apple Pay. Anywhere you can tap and pay.
Want faster internet? Switch to Dodo NBN and get a massive 6-month free speed boost on selected plans from just $29.90 per month. That's right, a 6-month speed boost absolutely free for a limited time only. Call 13-DODO now.
Whether it's a family member or your own diagnosis, cancer changes everything.
Just turns your life upside down.
When you join Canteen, there's finally something going for you.
Canteen really helped me deal with my feelings about cancer.
Canteen's been a great support network for me.
Canteen gets it.
Any young person with cancer in their life should definitely check out Canteen.
Up next, all the latest on the bushfires ravaging New South Wales.
Who rocked it and who shocked it at this year's Grammy Awards?
And an English lotto winner wants to sue lotto bosses for ruining her life with all that money. So what will she do if she wins the big payout? Sue the jury?
Makes you think.